Why are Black Americans considered the face of food stamps? I'm Sammaya, and you're watching African Diaspora News Channel. Today we're going to be talking about why are Black Americans considered the face of food stamps. The federal government pays for the amount of benefits received, while states pay the cost of determining eligibility and distribution of food stamps. In addition, state public assistance agencies run the programs for food stamps. It's important to note that demographics in this area play a huge part in the way these benefits are distributed. The year 2000 census tells us that 12.9% of the population in America is Black Americans. We make up less than 15% of the population. So how are we possibly being the ones to use majority of these benefits? Poverty is also a very big issue in America. And when talking about food stamps, I believe it's important to talk about poverty because food stamps have also created a way for a lot of people to move out of poverty. It's created benefits for them to be able to provide for themselves to where they don't have to be poor and depend on other means. It shows that Rhode Island, New Mexico, and Louisiana receive the most benefits when it comes to food stamps. These three states receive the most benefits. So I decided to look at the population within this area. In New Mexico, the population of white people is 74% compared to 2.6% of Black Americans. Again, we look at the population in Louisiana. Even though, Louisiana has New Orleans, the 31st biggest city in America, it still shows that 62.21% of the population is white Americans, while 32.23% of the population in that state is Black Americans. You call Black Americans welfare queens. We were called welfare queens by Ronald Reagan. For what? Clearly, the Black people are not even living in these states to be able to be using majority of these benefits that are giving out at this time. And then the last state, Rhode Island, this one right here. Today, 80% of the population in Rhode Island is white Americans and 6% is Black Americans. Again, how? Where is this misconception coming from that Black Americans are the face of food stamps when clearly in the areas that the food stamps are being provided the most, our population is not even that high. Our population is very, very low compared to the white population, the Hispanic population, and everybody else. These three states have a community of less than 50%. When it comes to food stamps, the benefits are actually working. So we can't be mad about the fact that food stamps benefits are actually working for people and they are actually pulling people out of poverty. But I want to point out the fact that these Black people are not the people that are moving out of poverty because they are not the majority. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 44 million people used the benefits of food stamps within the last year. And out of this 44 million, 36.2% of these benefits went to white Americans, while 25.6% go to the Black Americans. Black Americans are responsible for 25.6% out of this 44 million. That right there can tell you enough that clearly we are not the face of food stamps. It's really sad how our community is looked at as far as we need. It's a necessity for us to have these type of benefits. But actually, I have a family member who is currently on food stamps, and the reason that she went on food stamps in the first place was disability. She was not able to work at the time, so the best thing that she could do was apply for food stamps so that she would have the ability to provide for her family in the way that she knows how. Many Black Americans have unfortunate circumstances because of the way that we live, because the quality of life in America that is provided for us. A lot of Black Americans have very unfortunate circumstances. Black people should be able to use these benefits. If Black Americans were using the majority of these benefits, why couldn't we be celebrated for it? As if the white community would be celebrated. They don't say, oh, the white community does not use these benefits, but they say that we use majority of these benefits. They're glorifying us in a way that is not positive. When doing the research, when it comes to the myth that Black Americans are the face of food stamps, it's very, very evident that white Americans clearly use majority of these benefits. Based on the data just presented, it's very, very obvious that Black women are not welfare queens. So why are you lying? Stop lying. We need to look at the facts that white Americans are the ones using majority of these benefits. So in closing, when it comes to talking food stamps and who uses them, please stop lying, because you're lying on our Black community, you're lying on our Black women, and you're making us look like we just need this to survive, when clearly Black Americans are not the ones using most of these benefits. I'm Sammaya. You've been watching African Diaspora News Channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you support us by becoming a YouTube channel member. Join us on Patreon, and we also have Cash App. All of the links will be down below in the pinned comment.